Hey honey bunnies, it's Pursi here today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're glad to see me. We are doing a fabulous build today. Honey is fabulous because I'm fabulous because you're fabulous. So grab a snack. Flamin' Hot Puffs, I hope you will get some Flamin' Hot Puffs. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy the video. Alrighty honey bunnies, we are doing another speed build. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so we are doing I don't know, this is just a house I built. I just really wanted to build like a 1-story house, and I don't know, like the vision, I just kind of was just winging it, and then as I was building it I kind of came up with a storyline. So this is for a single parent. I'm thinking a single mom and her child, and I'm thinking that she's a single mom and she has a child, and so I'm thinking that this is her first home that she's been able to like afford. Like she's buying this home, and I say afford loosely, like she can't actually afford it. This is just something I've meant, but she like it's slightly over budget, and so like she's going to but she's gonna buy it, and she's gonna just like try to work a little bit of overtime and just try and afford it because she really likes it. Her daughter really likes it, and she just has had a like really hard time. And so they're just like, this is their dream home. Like for them, like this is like their dream home. It's not anything super fancy or super crazy, but for them, they love it. It's like the best thing they've ever seen, they've ever lived, had a chance to live in. So they're really excited about it. And so, yeah, honestly, I feel like I should play that. I feel like I should play with this house with these Sims. So I'm going to make these Sims. But if I do, I probably will make it just a live stream and not on a YouTube Let's Play, because I still need to finish Dine Out, and I need to and I just started a new Let's Play which I haven't posted on the channel yet, but it'll come eventually. I don't know, by the time you guys see this video I might already be on the channel. I don't know what order I'm gonna post these things in, so don't worry about it. But anyway, so I think I'll just play it out on Twitch, and that'll be fun. And I guess if I play it on Twitch I can just edit down the live streams and put them on YouTube. I could. Will I? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't think anybody cares. So it's fine. I honestly can do it however I want to do it. So we're good. I'm good. So, yes. So it's like supposed to be like a mid-century modern house in like a kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's mid-century modern. But it's like not really a cohesive style. Like the previous owners, like they bought it and they tried to renovate it up and they couldn't stick to one style, and so it's kind of a little bit, I don't know, like not one coherent style in that sense. But for this mother and this child, it's like I said, it's like the best house they've ever lived in, and they're really excited about it because they've lived in like really bad apartments or like really bad family flats, and like they've been like cramped, and like this is like the most space they have, and they haven't always had like their own rooms. Like sometimes they had to like share a room and have studios apartments, and so like this is like the first time that they have both like had their own space and stuff like that. And so I think you know, for them this is really nice, and I know what that's like because, and I think it makes sense because like I grew up in poverty. Like I've said that, like my, you know, really poor, whereas my husband opposite of that. And so like when it comes to like looking for like houses and places to live, we have totally different outlooks on it. Like my standards are like for like kind of lower on what I think is nice and what he thinks is nice, and like what I think is nice he's just like he can't, like he's like, that's disgusting. And it's just like we have different perspectives where I'm just like, that's nicer than everything I've ever I've one time lived in my room was in the basement, and like a closed off, like it was basically a closet and all I could fit in it was like a twin bed and something to set my TV on. I couldn't fit my dressers in there. I had to have them like outside in like the open basement area, like outside of my bedroom, which didn't really have a door. It had like a piece of plywood that you had to like push shut that would like scrape across the floor. So like anyways, so I think that makes sense for this family. Like it's not a good house. Like it objectively it's kind of bad. There's no really coherent style. The previous owners didn't really do a good job with the renovations, and but for them it's like top tier. Like it's a really good house, they love it. And so like that's kind of what I was going for with this house, if that makes sense. Am I making sense? I don't know. It makes sense to me because I've lived this life. I know what that's like to like think something's really nice because you've never, for you, like you've only had a worse, whereas other people are just like, oh, that's actually like not that good quality. And I'm just like, oh, it's not. Well, it's good quality for me. It's better than what I grew up with. So that's kind of like the storyline. And so I like that. And so so be on the lookout for the Sims who live here. I haven't made them yet, but I will make them. And I think I will play with them. If I don't play with them on stream, I'll play with them in my own time. Honestly, truly. And I think it'll be amazing. Sounds like a good time. You know? Also sounds like something that I can relate to. My mom's a single mom, although I'm not an only child. My mom has so many kids. But it is something that I can relate to in many, many ways. Many, many ways. So I'm kind of excited about it. I think it sounds nice. And so yeah, but this is like the backyard, and I kind of wanted there to be like some division between that private patio off the master and like the regular patio. And I thought about just straight up putting a fence there. I thought it looked kind of silly. So then I just used bushes to kind of block it off and separate the space, which I think turned out pretty good. I don't hate it. I don't. Yeah. And so like she just has her own private space, and yeah, but so yeah. And like if you get this house, you don't have to use it for a single parent. It doesn't have to be for a single mom, single dad. It can be for just a small family. Anything you want, like, I don't know, it's your house, live your dreams. I just know what I'm going to use it for. It took me forever to figure out the wall paint for the house, and yeah, I think I skipped most of it because I kept going back and forth, but I don't remember. But like, I was just like, I don't know, like, I just don't know, and I think I had to fix the roofing before I could fix the painting, because the roofing I hated it was throwing me off. And I just like was like, no, this ain't it. So I think I had to fix the roofing before I could make the wall paint look like what I wanted it to look like, if that makes sense. So yeah, I have no idea when that happens though. Like, I know at some point I was just like, I don't like this. And I was just like, this roof has got to go right here. Yeah. And then I started fiddling with the roof again. I was just like, because this ain't it. This ain't right. And the roofing, I think it's better. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it's better than what I had. But I do definitely think it's better. And so yeah, and I was just experimenting with it a lot, and it was just not working out. And so I think this is like the final form. Also, one thing that I changed on like the house after I uploaded to the gallery, was the roof. I forgot to put a roof trim, and I forgot to paint the roof top, like the roof texture at the top. I forgot. I meant to, and I forgot. So it's not like that on the gallery. Sorry. But you'll be okay. It's fine. Nobody's going to download this house, so it's okay. We're good. You're not worried about it. So it's all good. But like, yeah. And so I thought about like making like one of those walls come forward or back to like separate the space up some more. But I honestly was just like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And like I said, it's not supposed to be a good house. It's not supposed to be like perfect and in great condition. It's not supposed to like look like have the that phrase that I don't know. Anyways, it's supposed to look kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? The previous owners did kind of a bad job taking care of it and keeping up with the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to look like that. Curb appeal. There we go. It doesn't have great curb appeal. I knew I could get it out. I was like, I just gotta stop and I just gotta think about it. Curb appeal. Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt. And it took all my might not to like make this a completely fenced-in backyard. I love fenced-in backyards. I'm sorry, yards that aren't fenced in, I'm just like, why? Why would you not fence in your yard? Like, hello? I just think yards need to be fenced in. Like, as somebody who loves dogs and has dogs, the thought of an unfenced yard, I'm just like, but not everybody has dogs, so you know, it's fine. So we didn't fence off the backyard completely, took all my might, and you know, it is what it is. That's one thing that I always forget to do is like, I forget that the mailboxes in this game have different swatches. Like, I always pick a mailbox and just leave it as the default swatch. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's a mailbox. But this time I was like, oh, let's pick a mailbox that kind of matches what's going on here. And I decided that we wanted to keep the inside kind of light and bright. So I was trying to pick some lighter floorboards. I love darker floorboards. And so the cats and dog ones are fine. I was like, these ones are fine. And then we're like, I was gonna do this. I was like, I don't want to clutter up all of those shelves, so that and also I wanted the waterfall effect on on the the counters. So I was just like, well, let's do the ones from Island Living. And so this is what I kind of mean. Where like they renovated it, but it doesn't have like a cohesive style. I think I feel like things are kind of mixed match, like the kitchen and like the bathrooms. Like there's really no solid style to it, in my opinion. But they did their best. And that's all we can do. All we can do is our best. But all with that being said, I really like the kitchen. I don't like white kitchens personally. I think it's too much. But I actually really like this one. And we added in some like color with these like light timber shelves. Like it's like I don't like that color of that shelf, but like I just thought it added in a little bit of color, and I kind of like that about it. So we just kind of did that, and I actually really like it. I like it. It's so bad that it's good. Like, cause I purposely made it kind of bad, and so I just like it. You know, I'm being biased, but I do really like it. I think it looks really, really good. I like this kitchen. It's one of my favorite kitchens that I've done in a long time, because I struggle with kitchens. I do. Like I always start with the kitchen first. The kitchen's always the first thing I do in any Sims split I do ever. And sometimes I just kind of like run out of ideas, or like I don't know really what to do here, and all my kitchens kind of look the same because I like the same counters all the time and the same floors all the time. But I like use these floors, and I put in the stone wall behind it and like I kind of mixed it up a little bit, and I kind of ended up enjoying it a lot and liking it. Like I like this doesn't really go, but it's kind of I like it. And I put down pet stuff, so I guess I'm gonna have to give them a pet. I kind of put down pet stuff just to fill space. But if I'm gonna play with this family, which I think I will, on stream, then that means I'm either gonna have to get rid of that and pick something else to put right there, or I'm gonna have to make them a dog. And I think the dog will be fun. I don't like pets in this game, but I think it'll be fun for like they move into this house, and then the mom, like again, like she just wants her daughter to have the best life, so she'll be like she wants her daughter wants a dog, and so they, although they can't afford it, she's gonna get her the dog, and that'll be another expense, and it'll be really hard for them for a while, I think. And yeah, I'm thinking stuff like that. And I've been using this. I love that rug, always have. I've been using it a lot lately. And I was trying to decide like what color chairs, and I decided orange because I feel like I go for blue interior color schemes all the time. And so I was like, well, let's go orange. Like there's still blue in here, still a lot of blue, but I was like, but I can at least pick the orange chairs and not the blue. And so I did. And I also like with this little shelf here, that's something new. Like I always put something in the entryway, but I never put that shelf. I was like, well, it kind of has like the little coat hanger thingies on it. And so I was like, well, so that could be like good for the entryway. And I did it, and then put the shoe rack underneath it. And I thought it looked really good. I still think it looks really good. And yes, back to the kitchen, because again, I did what I always do. I do the kitchen, forget to clutter the kitchen, and then I look back at it like, wow, that kitchen looks really bare. I'm like, oh, because you didn't clutter it. It happens every time. I never am proactive about cluttering my kitchens right away. Never, ever, ever, ever will I ever learn. I'm starting to think the answer is no. As many kitchens as I made, as many houses as I built in The Sims, I'm starting to think that I will never get it together, ever. And that's like all the cluttering I did. I did a little on the counters, but like I would have to do so much more cluttering if I had left those other shelves. I mean, I wouldn't have to. It's okay to leave empty shelves, in my opinion. But I did, like, I still would have had to clutter more than... And I was like, I don't want to. And I also didn't want this house to be super expensive. So, like, you can see that I have, like, the thing up. My original goal was to have this house to be, like, a $35,000 house. And so then I started to go over budget. And I was just, like, that's when I came up with the storyline for, like, this single parent who buys a house that's slightly out of their budget. And they're kind of struggling to pay their bills a little bit. And, like, fighting to keep their house, you know? And so, excuse me. And so, like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I came from. Because I was, like, over budget, but I was, like, but it's still pretty empty. And I was, like, and I didn't want to, like, get cheaper counters or, like, cheaper appliances. So I was, like, okay, well, we'll go for a house that's slightly out of the Sims budget. And that's where that whole idea came from. because I couldn't stay within my own budget for building a house. So then I had to create Sims who also struggled to stay on budget. And I love this living room. I never use those couches in that color ever. I'm not a fan of tan or brown couches. But I was just like, I went for it. And, you know, because I was trying to find a nice rug. And, like, this rug looks so good. And it, like, excuse me. Oh, my gosh. It's 7:25 and I'm yawning like that. Embarrassing. Ooh, to be old. Anyways, but that rug looked really good. And I actually had, like, a different rugs down. But I said, okay, well, then we need a different color to, like, I was like, what color would bring out, like, could work with this rug and bring out some colors in the rug. They're like undertones. And I was like, well, this tan. And so it worked. And then I ended up finding this rug, which is even better, in my opinion. And so now we have her. And just a little parenthood, parenting board thing, and another dog bed for this wonderful dog. And, yeah, and that's the living space. We got a desk, we got a computer, and we got a TV. Probably could have got a cheaper TV. What can I say? We suck at sticking to budgets. Me and this sim who's gonna buy this house. Hi, little boo. My dog is right here. And yeah, and then we just got that for like a little, so we have like a little bookcase, the book in there. And then trying to find some like good pendant lights, and I just, you know, doing little touches that one does. We're doing a Sims build. Okay, it's a very long hallway. It's very empty. I like put one table in there with some drawings and I leave it at that. 1 second, I'm thirsty. Okay, sorry about that. I was parched, honey. Hello. And then this is the main bathroom, and like we did the shower tub combo. I thought it was necessary, and then we tried to get fairly cheap appliances in both bathrooms, just to kind of not knock the budget out too much, because we were already quite over budget. Look at that. Look how expensive this house is. Oh my gosh, way over budget. We wanted to make it $35,000. It's at 40. It's at in the 40s, honey. Hello. Ooh, could you imagine? I could. I definitely could see myself doing something like that in real life. Going over budget for a house that I really want. That's not even that good in the first place. Absolutely. 100%. Without a doubt. And this kid, they have like a Blarfy and like 2 toys and a dollhouse. Because, I don't know, I just felt like that was a better use of the time versus like a entire toy box. I was like, a couple of toys, toy house, and Blarfy, and like that should be enough for the kid for now. Hopefully we can get them some more stuff. And, yeah. And you know what? I feel like looking at this house, it kind of reminds me of, I got a burp. It kind of reminds me of Delicacy's Parenthood house, like, for some reason. I wonder if that's where I drew the inspiration from this house, like, subconsciously. Like, it's not the same layout, it's not, like, nearly as good, and it's, like, but, like, that's, like, it kind of reminds me of that house. And also, the storyline is kind of similar, not exactly the same. So, you know what? Honestly, truly, it does remind me of that. Like, it really does. And like that house was really good. That was one of my favorite houses Delicacy ever built, by the way. Not that you ask, not that you care, but like it just reminds me of that. I don't know what it is about it. Like, I don't know what it is about it, because I don't think they look alike at all. But it reminds me of it so much. And I don't know. I can't tell you why. It just does. Let me know if you agree in the comments, if you even know what I'm talking about.
Get ready to do that.
And then I was like done with the house, and I was like kind of panning for the tour, and I was like, oh, I didn't do anything in the backyard. Oh, you know, one thing that I could have got rid of to make this within budget was get rid of that pool, or make the pool smaller. And it just adds to the storyline. Like, again, like, they're like, we never had a pool before, and like they just couldn't resist. You know, this single mom couldn't resist. But I think that's the house. Okay. So long, farewell to you, my friends. I still don't know the words, but I'll sing it again. I said so long, farewell to you, my friends. I hope that I'll get to stream with you again. Amen.